Hey guys, welcome to this video. This is John Watts. We'll talk about why it's still important, maybe even more important now, to go to court before your debt collection trial is even set. So let's say that you're set for August 15th. Well, go visit the courtroom July 15, July 30. In other words, before your trial date. And let me tell you why that's even more necessary after COVID-19. Or while we're going through COVID-19. So most courts have been shut down, at least practically. In some states, literally, the courts have been shut down. But now they're opening back up. So you'll get a trial date. So first of all, let me talk to you about why we have always recommended that you go to your judge, his or her courtroom, and watch these types of cases before your day in court. And then number two, why it's even more important now that we've had this COVID-19 situation. So we've always recommended this because I don't want you to be unnecessarily nervous when you go to court. And I don't want you to make a very simple mistake that can be fatal for your case. Let me give you a couple examples. So you assume you know where the courthouse is, but the day of your trial you go to the wrong courthouse. That happens quite a bit. There are some counties in Alabama, I assume in other states, where within one county there are multiple courthouses. So you can be in Baldwin County, but which courthouse are you going to be in? You can be in Jefferson County, but which courthouse are you in? You need to know which courthouse you're in. And then it could be even you may not remember the name of your judge. And so you think you're going to courtroom number 1, and you sit in there, and nothing happens, but your trial is going on in courtroom number 2. So going there ahead of time and finding out, make sure your judge, so you take your paperwork. If you don't have it, you call the court, you call the clerk's office, hey, who's my judge? And you go there and you ask the sheriff's deputy, hey, which courtroom is Judge Smith in or Judge Jones in? They'll tell you which courtroom. And so you go there. And you make sure, and usually they have a little name plaque there at the bench, and so you can verify, okay, this is Judge Smith or Judge Jones. And we want you to do that, again, so you don't make these sort of silly mistakes, going to the wrong courthouse or going to the wrong courtroom. And then I want you to watch what happens, just sort of observe, is it real formal, is it informal? And you'll see kind of the process of what happens. Each judge is a little different. Typically, though, it's this pattern. They come in, everybody stands up, then they say, sit down, and they say, I'm Judge Smith, I'm Judge Jones, we're here doing the small claims docket, the district court docket, whatever they call it. And then they'll call the names of the case. They'll say, Midland Funding versus Joe Blow. And a lawyer will stand up, here for the plaintiff. The plaintiff is the one that's sued. And maybe Mr. Jones stands up and says, I'm Mr. Jones here. Or maybe his lawyer stands up. And so the judge will go, okay, I'll mark you down. Now let's go to the next case. And then if somebody doesn't show up, judge will make a little note of that. And then usually at the end of all that, the judge will say, well, look, I'm going to take about 15 minutes and then I'll be back. And you guys talk. And if the case isn't settled, we'll try those cases. And the people that didn't show up, I'll give them one last chance at 9:15, 9:20. And if they don't show up, they lose. Okay. And so then you have a chance to talk to a lawyer. Again, I just want you to observe this, see how it happens. Now, that's what we've always told people. It's a little bit of a different world with COVID-19. So how will this change? Well, used to, judges would have everybody come together at one time. I mean, there was one courtroom that there might be 200 cases in there. I mean, literally 200 cases, just unbelievably crowded. And so I would want you to know that. Well, I don't think we're going to be doing that anymore. I think the judges may kind of stagger. You come at 9 o'clock, you come at 9:15, you come at 9:30. And so you have to be respectful of that. Judge may not want you in there if it's crowded, but it probably will not be crowded. Just sit far away, have a mask on, okay? And you can call the court ahead of time and say, are we expected to wear a mask? Is this open to the public as long as we social distance? And I think you're going to find the answer is yes to all of those. And just observe, because the judges may be doing things differently. These judges are in a really difficult position. The courthouse is not really set up when you have 50 cases set for trial to keep everybody socially distanced, okay? So they're going to have to figure this out. So it makes sense for you to go there just to observe and watch so that you know what's going on, because you don't want to, let me tell you what you don't want to do. You don't want to assume if your trial's at 9 and you see some other people there, say, well, I guess the judge wants me to wait in the hallway. Maybe not, okay? Maybe you're supposed to go check in and then go out in the hallway and they'll call for you. Or maybe you're given a time. You know, your trial's at 9, you show up, they say, go in the hallway and wait till 9:45. Keep your distance from everybody else. Well, you need to know that. You don't want to make assumptions, because if you don't show up, the easiest thing for a judge to do, if the collection lawyer's there, trust me, a collection lawyer will be there. Judge says, well, where's Bob Jones? No Bob Jones? Okay. What do you want me to do? Midland, LVNV, whoever. They say, default judgment. All right, fine. You know, how much do I make the default judgment for? And your case is over. Even if you're in the hallway and you're confused about where you're supposed to be. So it's really important with all the chaos of this COVID-19 to understand what you're supposed to be doing. So I highly, highly recommend going to various courts. And in your particular case, though, it's most important, go to your judge's courtroom. Now, if you can't, go to another judge, okay, in the same courthouse. But, I mean, even within the same courthouse, sometimes judges have radically different approaches. So the best thing is go to your judge, watch your judge. Now, if you've got extra time, you go see the second judge or the third judge over there, watch what they're doing, that's fine. But focus in on your judge. So hope that that's helpful, and we appreciate you watching this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.